Hey guys. So, I thought it would be interesting to share with you guys how my first week of my bachelor's degree went. It actually ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Um, so it hasn't quite ended yet, but I've already finished all my assignments and submitted them. And I just thought I would tell you guys like my takeaway from week one. I probably won't give you guys an update every single week unless I find something interesting that we've talked about in my class um, or something like that. But for the most part, I don't anticipate like giving you guys a recap of every single week that I'm in my bachelor's degree because that would be a long time and a lot of videos. So, in my health psychology class, we talked about a lot of interesting things this week. We talked about like how your environment and where you live affects your health or can affect your health, your upbringing, how that can affect your health, peer pressure, um, and all kinds of things like that. We also talked about like your own negative and positive health behaviors, like smoking, overeating, not exercising, stuff like that, and just how different aspects of your life can contribute to your positive or negative choices when it comes to your health and wellness. And I just found it really interesting, like some of my classmates' perspectives on the topic, because a lot of people seemed to think that just because somebody's poor, that automatically means that they are going to um, not be able to be healthy, which I mean, it obviously does pose an issue if you don't have access to healthy food because you can't afford it, or you don't have access to or control over whatever food you get. Like, for example, me, when I'm going to the food bank, I don't have um, control over what food I'm given. I don't have control over where it comes from, what kind of food it is, if vegetables and fruit and all that stuff are included in it. I don't have any type of control over that. So people just assumed that, you know, people who don't have the finances to buy food will automatically be unhealthy. And I totally disagree with that because um, you can still make healthy choices. Sorry about that. You can still make healthy choices regardless of your financial abilities. And um, I also thought it was interesting in my other class, the orientation class, we kind of had to set up like study plans for our entire degree, and we had to basically like talk about what college success means to us. This is that stupid orientation class. Like, I really don't see the purpose of it, but um, I mean, I guess for like our international students who don't have experience like with an online learning platform or something like that, maybe it would be helpful. But to me, somebody who's taken classes online before and, you know, I've gone to college before, to me, it just seems like a waste of time. Um, but I definitely found this whole week interesting. Um, I feel like I'm doing good so far in both my classes. It's just trying to get used to like having to study and everything, and get back into like school mode and study mode has been a little bit difficult. Last week was a really, really tough week for me. Um, Towards the beginning of the week is when we actually had to um, get rid of the dogs, and it was just a really, really rough road for me. And then some other stuff happened last week that I'm just not ready to talk about. And it kind of just threw off my motivation for studying and trying to do well. And I actually posted on Facebook, I'm like, can somebody please share some motivation with me, because I'm just not feeling motivated whatsoever. And thankfully, I have a, a at least a tiny group of people who are willing to share supportive comments and messages with me when the going gets tough. So I feel like that's going to help as I move forward with my bachelor's degree. I'm kind of already trying to plan out like what classes I want to take next term. I do want to try to be a full-time student. Full-time students can take up to 4 classes at a time. Part-time students can take up to 2 classes at a time. I do want to try to be a full-time student, but like on the terms when I have to take the math, I definitely feel like it's going to need to be just that class because I'm going to really struggle with it. And I don't really think I'm going to have the mental capacity to focus on more than one class at a time when math is involved. But anyways, I thought I would just give you guys that update. Let me know if you'd like to hear more updates on how school is going, or if I should just kind of leave it at this and maybe tell you like when the class is over. Let me know. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next video.